All right. Hey. Hey everybody. This is quite unexpected. I didn't even prepare you all to get over here. I didn't even schedule it. I just kind of came on. So I'm hoping that you'll all show up soon. Got to drink a little tea. I'm going to waste a little time so you all can get over here because I got a crazy show. Crazy, super duper, a dope show, as the cool kids used to say in the 80s. It's about space. Talking about space. Let me go over to YouTube. Take a look. Let me see if... Oh, you guys are already here. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. A lot of people got here already fast. Hey, guys. Hello. Juanita. Keith Mann Williams. Didn't mention your third name, Keith. It's naughty. It's a naughty one. Hi, Diana. Howdy to you, too. I'm glad you made it live. My voice it's still shot. Still shot, so I may not sound great. I'm not gonna sing to you. You don't want me to sing. But I'm doing a little tea with honey. So I'm gonna give it another couple of seconds or so to get enough people over here. We're gonna be talking today about scary moon stuff. Lots of weird flashes of lights going on. Lots of strange lights. Scientists are concerned about it. They got a couple of theories. I got my own theory. I got a lot of dots to connect. A lot of things I'm going to put together. I forgot to ask you. Let me come back here to YouTube. Can you hear me okay? I Am Love was 144th to the chat. I think that's great. It's a great number. With the way YouTube's working right now, I know that I said this summer, I've been hoping for a long time that it'll be 144,000 by the summer, because just the summer is just the best. The Dan's off from school. I just love the summer. Love the summer in Long Island. It's a beautiful place. I don't know. They've been really hurting me. They've been doing some really mean stuff. They've taken away almost 200,000 views, as if every day I go to it, losing subscribers. I don't get it. Every time I upload something, I probably just lost some just by uploading this. Doesn't matter. Grand scheme of things, I'm not complaining. But I'm glad you're here. So I don't know if 144,000 is going to happen, but God has a plan for everything. Everything has a reason. Just got off the phone with a friend of mine who he's serving some time. He was a viewer of the channel. Fell in a hard time. He was a felon, and they had a gun or a shotgun or something in the car, and I don't know what happened. I know the guy's heart, though. Over the years, since he was active member in the chat, I told him, look, you reach out to me, I'll talk to you. I just felt compelled. His name's Blake. I've talked about him before on the show. Got some bad news. His appeal didn't go through, which is kind of a bummer, looking at 2026, really, 10 years. He's a family, hard worker, man of God. But, que sera, sera. Whatever's going to be is going to be. God has a plan. He called me right before the show, and I talked to him. I said, look, you're there for a reason. I said, you might as well make it an important reason. You might as well help people to come to the knowledge of the truth, the stature of the perfect man, to have peace. People can be in prison anywhere. They can be in prison in their own homes. They can be in prison at their works. They can be in prison in their own heads. But where we're planted, is where we're meant to thrive. So I told him, you better go to the Father. You're there for a reason. And he's down with it. He wants to make the most of his time there. I think it's great. So I just pray for Blake. Pray for it. Pray for a miracle. Why not? I know they happen. It's because people say things can't happen. They happen. I think that enough for you are here now. Do I sound okay? I forgot to ask you. Yes, bloom where you're planted, Ghost Pepper. Bloom where you're planted. You're hot, Ghost Pepper. You're hot. That's what I hear. That's what everybody's telling. All the people are talking about you, Ghost Pepper. They say they want to take a bite of you. Juanita, yes, you hear me okay. Thank you. Good to see you. Chris the H. Okay, let's get into the show because my voice is probably going to go. it's going to go. Thank you, Look for Conscious. That's I appreciate when people tell me it sounds good. So this was the thumbnail, because I didn't have much of a time to get you a better thumbnail. But there's some stuff going on. There's a weird flashes keep appearing. Scientists don't know why. Now, just so you know, this has happened before. Immediately I see this and I think, oh, it's meteorites, of course. Do you remember when that big the eclipse of the blood moon, when the asteroid hit the moon at like midnight or something? How crazy was that, right? So those flashes, I said, hey, it could be that. But there's so many of them, and they're lasting quite a long period of time, that they're thinking it's something else. It's interesting, there's such a space race going on, right? Such a space race. Everybody's trying to get to the moon. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to show you some really cool video footage of. I did a video about how, remember I did that show about I couldn't get away from 12, 120, 1,200 and 12,000. Well, SpaceX they were sending up a bunch of satellites to basically surround the Earth. Like a prison planet, right? It was basically to offer everybody, faster, cheaper internet. They sent up like 60 of these suckers. I got video of it. Can't wait to show you, because it would have freaked me out if I was in the Netherlands looking up. I'm going to show you some footage of this. But let's get back to the flashes of light, okay? Several times a week, it seems there are these short bursts of lights that are appearing on the moon. Some people are saying that it could be seismic activity, that's what's going down. Other people are saying it could be just a bunch of meteorites. Some people are saying could be some people trying to get you with the mirrors, trying to do the SOS. Now, nobody's saying that, but I think that would be funny. Why is everybody trying to get to the moon? This has been like the year. Our Trump's Space Force and all. A lot of strange things going on with the planet. Like magnetic true north is no longer true north. Yeah, they had to update everything and change everything. There's a wobble to the universe because something so massive is coming. Do you know? This is another thing. I probably should have told you this. I should have did a show on this. I just saw a video. Something it's like punching holes through our universe. Like this massive body is basically moving through, and they can't see it. I know another planet that you can't see, right? Without infrared, if you will, like that Lucifer telescope that the Vatican likes to point directly out there. Well, this massive body and other things is just ripping. It's like ripping through the universe, punching a hole through it, if you will, huge holes. And some people are saying it's dark matter. I'm thinking, I don't know. Maybe it could be something else that's coming on in. Once again, I'm not a fear monger. I'm not worried about any of this stuff. I know a lot of you don't even believe space exists. I get it. I don't know for a fact. I've never been there. Once again, I'm just going off of what I have a telescope. I look at these planets, I mean, maybe they're there, maybe they're not. I don't know. Maybe they're aliens, maybe they're demons. I don't know. I can't tell you, but whatever it is, it's something. And a lot of people are talking about it, so there's got to be a reason. A lot more fireballs, a lot of things coming in and smashing. It was just a little while ago. It was huge. Oh, good grief. So these weird flashes, they keep appearing. Nobody knows why. They don't know why. This is not, I don't think this is the actual picture of it, but that's one of the pictures that I'd found. But they're saying that these flashes, they're lasting a little longer than you think. So they think that the moon is having these little earthquakes, and gas is coming up, and the gas is being reflected by the sun, and whatever. China's on the dark side of the moon. NASA just released their news about the Artemis mission. We're going to talk about that, and that's 2024. Timing. It's when the great American eclipse happens again. Ooh, this is getting interesting. This is getting so interesting. Oh, I love this. I wish I had a voice. I would sing. No, I wouldn't. All right, forget the space race. A lunar gold rush is about to start. Here's why that's a problem. Now, of course, we know that this is the Illuminati, World Economic Forum. That's what people say about all these organizations. This was just like a report they just did. They're saying that this is like, that all the countries are, am I too high? Is my head cut off? Can you see me okay? Let me come down a little bit. Yeah, okay, is that better? Is that better? All right, good. I don't know. I'm a big guy, and it's a small chair. My real chair, my good chair, broke on me. Broke on me when I was doing the last live stream. Yeah, I know in the comment section, I know you're going to say, oh, you ramble too much. I like your other shows better. I get it. The live streams, yeah, they're not edited. So I just kind of like whatever I think I say. It all makes sense in the end. Don't you agree? I'm asking you in the chat. That's right. Don't you agree? I'm sure one of you agree. Oh, thank you. Yes. LD777 just said that he just liked the video. I forgot to ask you to like the video. Will you please like the video? Miss Martpants says it's all good. Kristen McNeil says I love the rambling. Tracy says yes. Everybody likes the rambling. So I don't know what the problem is. Yeah, the trolls that come over and they just, they're not trolls. I get it. Oh my goodness, thank you in the super chat. Here's for the truth. Look, listen, learn. What great advice in your own name. And drum beats cray cray to death. Thank you. I love you too. Man, you guys are so cool. Very helpful. Very, very helpful. Forget the space race. This is the thing. They're worried because it seems like, mankind has a tendency of like ruining things, like ruining stuff, messing stuff up, exploiting resources, greed and all. Greed's not a good thing. Greed can be very bad. Forget what Gordon Gekko said in that movie, the movie back in the day where he had the phone that was like this big and he was holding it to his head. It was actually bigger than that. He said greed is good. It's not good. It's not good. I'll tell you what's good is charity. Charity is good. Who's the greatest person? The person that's taking all the time or the person that's giving all the time? Who has the overwhelming supply that they can give and who has nothing that they need to take? Takers or fakers? I'm all about the givers. And I'm trying to give to you a little insight into the moon. The lunar gold rush is on. They want to exploit the resources. They want to put, solar panels up there. They want to do a lot of things. You know what Israel did? Israel sent up the civilization backup plan. And there was a lot of hidden things in that. Remember Tesla's, Elon, he sent up that, his car, right? With Ridley, the alien space hunter, driving it. Sent up. Also had interesting information. And I mean, just the people that are in power, the people that are in, they're doing some things that are just incredibly strange. I forget the name of the book that was in the glove box, but it's like about a dystopian society that's coming, and it's spooky. It's spooky. China already landed on the dark side of the moon. That was a big deal. Israel, just the bear sheet. Remember, does the bear sheet in the woods? Right? Sure it does. But it crashes in the moon. Crashed into the moon right on that big day. Civilization backup plan had this disc that was supposed to be impervious to meteors and blah, blah, blah. People, I think that was kind of a weird idea that you're going to send all the information about the human race, like everything from, goofy menus and songs to, mathematical theorems and just everything. It's like, I don't know if it was like 300 million or it was some crazy amount. It's like all of Wikipedia they sent up or something on this, and it crashed. So, interesting. Very strange. But there's this race on to get to the moon. They want to set up bases up there. NASA is saying that it's going to land on the dark side of the moon. And take a look at that. You like how I keep you up to date? That's June 2nd, right? That's like right up to date information. I think it's interesting that this is out at the same time that the flashes of light are out. And let me show you let me show you. The flash of light, this is back in last year. This stuff's been going on for a while. Back then they said that it was probably just a meteor. That's what they said back then. I don't know, you tell me. A lot more going on than we know. The gold rush is on. And NASA's mission is to get to the dark side of the moon. But manned craft. Manned craft indeed. It's known as the Artemis mission. Here, let me pull it up so you can actually see it. Does it say it there? No, let me pull up one that says it. Artemis, by the way, the 2020, here we go. 2024. As our path to the moon for Moon 2024, Artemis mission prepares to return astronauts to the lunar surface within 5 years. It's been a while, right? Yeah, I gotta be careful. I did do a video about this moon stuff back in the day. Made sense for me back in the day to think that it could have been some huge psyop. You bankrupt other countries that you're having problems with. They're all scared that you got like missiles pointed at them from space. They'll spend a ton of money trying to get to probably where you can't go. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that that's true. I'm not a astrophysicist. I haven't been there myself. Suspect. It's very suspect to me. And I know that you got to be careful about saying this stuff. I can just share my opinion. I find it suspect. I find it very strange. I did a great video on it. I don't even know if it's still up. I should check. They may have taken that one down too. Man, they've really been putting the, as they say, putting the screws to me. And not just me, a lot of other people too. I talked to KJ about how I lost almost 200,000 views, which is, I've never done anything wrong. I don't pay for views. I don't even have people in the chat. I don't even give anybody the wrench. Mainly because I don't know how. But it's not, that's one of the reasons. But I also don't like anybody feeling like they got power over anybody else. I just don't say bad words. All right, I'll let the algorithm get rid of you. And if I see something that's not bad, I unhide you all the time. It's just an interesting day. So you got to be careful what you say. So I'm doing this thing with the moon, and I'm like, what is this going to be struck down right off the bat too? Even though I'm not saying anything bad, I don't know. We'll see. So they put out this tweet. This was it was yesterday. The moon mission page, Artemis will serve as the successor to the previous Apollo mission. That happened. I wasn't even born, right? But yeah, they got there. Oh, God, I'm just saying. See, it's hard when you're told something again and again and again, and you see it, and you're told it, and then you believe it, right? There was a time Joe Rogan was like, there ain't no way. Then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, it's okay. And now he's like the biggest podcast on the planet. I'm not saying there's a connection, but I mean, come on, he's a smart guy. Come on, there's no way. In my opinion. And it's not. Remember Gordon Gekko with the phone? Come on. According to NASA's moon mission page, right? So unlike the Apollo mission, Artemis will focus on a region of the moon that hasn't been explored before. This is like Transformers stuff. Remember Transformers? Dark side of the moon? It's a Mandela effect from what I hear. It's weird timing. 2024. Now, Artemis is a weird name. I love that they always choose these strange names. By the way, if you have CBS All Access, watch Strange Angel. See how NASA started, Jack Parson. How crazy these people are. How nuts these people are that they believe that they're God, they can do whatever they want, there is no wrong. Doing all sorts of dark stuff, worshiping the devil. What is going on? Where? Look at the big brain people coming up with these crazy, you know what it is? It's pride, it's hubris. And then they name it Artemis, which I find interesting because Artemis is from Greek mythology. The daughter of Zeus. Is known as the goddess of the hunt. Also of animals, beasts. Also of virginity and childbirth. A hunter, a killer, a virgin who gives birth, animals. Just saying, Cain was a hunter, he was a killer. He killed his brother Abel, the second born. Ishmael was a hunter and a killer. He was cast out. Isaac was the shepherd, firstborn, secondborn. Esau, my brother in the spirit, Esau, hairy all over, bad guy, sold his birthright to feed his flesh. Gave up on the kingdom of God just to, be a top guy over at NASA. Basically, worshiping the wrong dude. Esau gave up his birthright. He was a hunter. He was a killer. Jacob, shepherd. He fed people. Fed sheep. He fed goats. But he fed people. You know, you got to look at it like that. Firstborn, secondborn, all over. That was like one of the biggest revelations I ever had about Scripture. Don't tell me that the Bible, that that there isn't a really deep hidden truth that is only revealed when you want to know it, when you seek it. I can't tell you it, but you look at it all through Scripture. You got the firstborn, secondborn, first, and the hunter is the counterfeit. It's the killer. It's not the one that inherits the kingdom. Artemis is the goddess of the hunt. Yeah, makes sense for them. Makes sense for them. Now, this mission is going on 2024. Now, why is this interesting, right? See, take a look. 2024. Why is this interesting? I'll tell you. Because it's weird timing. You know what else happens on the 2024? Total solar eclipse over Mexico, United States. This is the Great American Eclipse. You probably remember it. Did shows on this too. Talked about the 7 years in between. Like bookends of darkness and darkness, right? Boom, boom. An X right over the United States. 7 years. Did videos on that too. 7 years. It's an important number. 7 is completion. They want to get there 2024. There's a big solar eclipse going down April 8th. Maybe they want to be there for the eclipse. Maybe there's something arriving. I'm not saying that's the case. I don't know. I'm a writer. I like to make things up sometimes in my head. You know, I think it's interesting. You know, okay, so you know what else I find really interesting is this SpaceX deal. SpaceX deal. He's just Elon Musk. He's like the Robert Downey Jr. of the Marvel world. He's Iron Man, right? He's got his fingers in everything, and he makes jokes of it. He's we want to tunnel underneath so we can get to work faster, and people are paying us to do it. All right, all these big corporations, man, with their big tax rebates, they get paid. They don't even pay taxes because we're a bunch of slaves. Right? We're a bunch of prisoners. And, I mean, I don't know if you know, when you drive now, it was a time you could drive. You don't look both ways. Nobody's there. You can just go across maybe. I'm not saying you should. There was a time. You can't do that now. You know? You got to stay and you got to wait. Even though there's nobody there. You got to wait. You got to follow that law. You're in. The law will never get you to the kingdom. Right? Now, man likes to make a lot of laws. This is the Mosaic Law meets the New World Order. So many laws. They got a million of them. Got a billion of them. And it's sad, too. Sad. This is a mug. Uranus is a planet. It's right now the only merchandise I have. If you like to make people smile and you want to support the channel, I get like $7. I think it costs like 14. It's a nice little, starter. Conversation starter. You go to work and you're just like, just drinking here. Like I was doing it without even thinking. I think it's cute. I don't know. What are you going to do? You know, Uranus is also, it got smacked really hard. Got hit by something. And that's the reason why it's locked in this orbit. We've got a lot of evidence that says that our universe collided with another universe. Do you know that there's a universe heading our way super fast right now? I try to pull it up. I won't be able to find it probably. But yeah, there's like so much weird stuff going on in space. I would talk for hours if I was to cover it all. But I'm just trying to stick with this right now. Stick within the realm of the moon and our lower Earth orbit and outside, because SpaceX. So they sent up. It's called Starlink. Okay, let me. Hopefully I have this queued up. Oh, I didn't do it. See, look at me. Oh, what a goofball. Hi, everybody in the chat. Let me see if I can just do this really quick. I think it's called Starlink. SpaceX. And it was at The Verge. I thought that I had this already pulled up. How rude of me. So terrible. There we go. All right, let me just pull this up. Hopefully you're seeing everything. You can see how incredibly slow my computer is. Okay, so, I talked about this a little while ago. So now this happened over the Netherlands. I'm not even going to pronounce. I guess Leiden? I don't know. But take a look at this. See all these little things right here? Boom, 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 boom. Those were part of the 60 satellites that went into orbit around the Earth. Dr. Marco Langbroek noted on his blog that he calculated satellites would be orbiting. Very smart guy. That's pretty cool. The result is a spectacular one. It looks like, could you imagine? Let me just make sure that the volume is way down on this. I don't want to get hit. This is fair use. I'm talking about it. I'm reporting on it. So there you have it. Fair use. Take a look at this thing. How strange. How cool, right? Just completely bizarre. Completely bizarre to me. I'm going to turn up some music. Why not, right? So strange. I mean, this is going on. I mean, these people are doing this. Why? Why? That's the question. Come back here. Why do you think? Why do you think they're putting like satellites to go around the Earth? Sounds to me, once again, like Tony Stark. That was his idea. You know? He actually did that in the comics. They like put all these, these like posts around. Some people are comparing it to Tabby Star, which, if you remember correctly, I did a video on this a couple of years ago. Very strange, where the light would dim, and they had a couple of ideas of what it could be, and one of them was what's called the Dyson Sphere. It's you basically an alien structure that goes around a sun to, collect its energy, like a bunch of solar panels. So some people think that this is what that is. Other people say that maybe it's there for other reasons. But I mean, you can't just, I can't just, even if I had like all this money, I can't just launch a bunch of stuff into space. This is something that the government is in cahoots with, and probably more than just our government, because SpaceX is connected to a lot of people. Space Illinois was connected with the Beer Sheet mission. Lot of weird things happening in space. But these flashes on the moon, though. It's just, the reason I do these shows is just to remind you that we are in, like, the movie of a lifetime. And, like, right now, it's part of the movie where everything kind of seems a little bit off, right? Like, everything's a little weird. Like, you go into the store, all of a sudden, you're like, oh, look at the logos. They look a little weird. What's that about? Then you look it up, and you're like, what's this Mandela effect? Who's this guy who says that, it's real? How could it possibly be real? And then you do a little research, and you're like, oh, my goodness, it is real. Then you find out they're creating black holes. Then you find out, like if you watch my last live stream, which, by the way, the music was too loud, and I really hope that I didn't make the music too loud this time. I apologize if I did. This is all a hologram? Stephen Hawking says? Really? Maybe we're in some kind of a cool story. I've been saying that you're like the star of the greatest movie on earth ever. You're the lead. You're the hero. It's the hero's journey, if you will. You're supposed to discover yourself. You're supposed to discover that you are a child of much, much more than you ever thought. And the only thing keeping you from finding out who you really are is the desire to want to know. A lot of people don't have a desire to know more. A lot of people, they laugh it off. They think it's funny. Meanwhile, you got people like Jack Parsons doing all sorts of rituals and crazy stuff. Started NASA. Never a straight answer. Deception. These people, they're doing it on a regular basis. I mean, how many celebrities, right? They're all initiated. And I'm not saying that I haven't. People came out and said that. They said that they were initiated. They used to put messages in music. They still do. You look at how we're being brainwashed. It's a big push for, the idea of witchcraft. And I don't mean like just Wiccans And I don't mean like, just saying, I'm talking like witchcraft in general. Like we are under a spell of people that they're smart and they are playing us. And they've been playing us a long time. And the only way to win this thing is, people don't like when I tell them this. It's to love. It's to forgive. Because there's a force that is greater than those that are in charge. They are dwelling in the mindset of that first man. The hunter. The Artemises of the world, right? They're dwelling in that first man. But there's another man. That's why Jesus said he must be born again. Because the first idea you is a lie. Who you think you are. If I say to you, what's your name? Let me come on over to the chat. Let me talk to some of you here for a second. If I come on over to you, Patrick, and I say, what's your name? You're going to say Patrick. But if I say to Juanita Allen, I say, Juanita, who are you? And if Juanita says, well, I'm Juanita, you've been tricked. Because that's not who you are. Hi, Juanita says Jacob. So if I say Juanita, you say I'm Jacob. Jacob's kind of cool. That's all right. It's kind of it's a symbol of more. Jacob Israel, the first man and the last man. God gave me the last name. Just like in the scripture, Israel's not my legal name. I never met my biological father. So I don't really have my biological father's name. I have, the name that was given to me by my stepfather. Took that name. Oh, Kimba, thank you for praying for me. I appreciate that. I like when people pray for me. It's important. I do pray before I do these shows because I want to do the right thing. I question sometimes. I'll be honest with you. I question when I see that the channel isn't growing and I see that things are happening. I said, okay, where am I off? Am I doing it for the wrong reasons? Am I not talking about the right things? But these things, they pop out to me and they just interest me. And I just feel like it's these events that can get your attention to see more. So, the weird flashes on the moon, for whatever reason, they're there to get my attention. So perhaps I can get your attention and lead you out of the imagination of who you think you are and into the possibility of the infinite potential that you were born to be, but have been stifled. It says in Scripture, now they don't teach this in the churches. I'll have you know, I know the Bible, the Biblia, right? I know it pretty well. If I'm not studying it, I'm listening to it. One of my favorite things to do is vacuum and listen to the Bible Experience on YouTube. You should do it. People ask me all the time, how do you want to start? Start with the Bible Experience. It's great. You pull it up on YouTube and just start listening. Faith comes by hearing. And all these stories, as Jesus said, there's more to it. There's a reason there's 66 books that were canonized by the beast system. But that being said, the book was supposed to be sealed up. God said that to Daniel, seal that book up. The book's supposed to be sealed up until the time is appointed, so that one day the lights go on, like the day that I got hired to go work for that major Christian television network whose studio just was burnt down, firebombed for whatever reason. I was going to do a show on it, but then I had a weird dream and I'm not going to do a show on it anymore. People are where they are for a reason, But when I became the head writer of this, it was like it's the fastest growing, the second largest Christian network. How did that happen, right? Guy who never even went to church, really. Just somebody who had his faith, but God had a plan. And I understood that's where I was going next. Just like I understood, I was going to be the head writer of World Wrestling. Just like I understood, I was going to leave it all. In a short period of time, everybody would just start to know who Jacob Israel is. I wrote about it on my blog years ago. I hid it away in my novel, which I'm not going to tell you about, because right now we're waiting on a new publisher. Life is good. This journey that we're on, I started here. I'm going to share something with you. I started writing a poem because, I have my down moments too. I texted it to myself in the middle of the night because sometimes I just want to it was titled Not Today. I never really got to finish it because it started to sound a little depressing. But I was thinking about those moments when things are hard, right? When you're going through hard times. I go through them. I'm not perfect, but I'm very blessed to have all that the reason I have a wife that loves me so much is because I love her so much. And because I sacrifice for her, she sacrifices for me. Because I forgive her, she forgives me. The reason why my children I think they're very happy. It's because I love them very much. I don't label them. I don't say you're this or you're that. When they act a little bratty, I say you're acting bratty and you're not like that. You are more than that. You're more than you know. It's going to be a t-shirt one day, I'm telling you. So I was writing this last night very late. When did I text this to myself? Let's see. Because I couldn't sleep. 11:43. I know it's not late for a lot of people. It is for me. I get up early. There are days when you feel you've paid all you can pay, said all you can say, and no matter how hard you try, no matter how many tears you cry, there are times when not even a sign can help you find your way. But not today. There are days when you feel trapped in the maze, where even your faith will feel erased and replaced by thoughts of failure or disgrace. There are times when you'll find you're no longer able to outpace the fable keeping you in your place. But not today. There are days your mind only finds the time for replays of all you've ever done wrong. There are times when you'll find Woe Is Me is the only song to come along. That no matter where you go, you don't belong. But not today. Not today, not today, not today. Regardless of how it feels or what people say. That's where I left off. But I thought if I sent that out, everybody was like, oh, Jacob, you're really depressed. No, I wasn't really depressed. There are days that are like that. And when they're like that, you say, not today. No, not going down that road again. Sorry, it's a lie. I'm not going to cry. You know what I'm saying? Because when you step out of your peace, which, by the way, the kingdom of heaven is not meat or drink. Everybody talks about the kingdom of heaven as a place where we're going to party and it's going to be great. The scriptures say very clearly, it's not meat or drink. It's not a place of revelry. It's righteousness, peace, and joy, and power in the Holy Spirit, which is truth and love. Righteousness. With, by the way, Abraham's faith. Wasn't that he was such a great guy? Man, he lied. Right, Abraham? Had other gods at one point in his life. Then God spoke to him and said, you better just turn your back, just leave, get out of here. And he did. He was faith. It was his faith. He had faith that one day he'd have a trial, but he didn't believe God. He had faith that he'd have a big YouTube channel, right? But he didn't believe God, so he decided to do, an extra video a week to help it along. Or maybe an extra video a week to help it along. See what I mean? And what you do is, when you're not acting in faith and you're acting out of fear, because that's what it is. Abraham acted out of fear. If you don't know the story of Abraham, father of many nations, right? Through that man's faith, everyone, according to Scripture, everyone is blessed. Blessed to what? Blessed to know the truth of who we are, who we're meant to be, who we've been blinded to. Because the Scriptures say we are crucified with Christ. And if we're crucified with Christ, we're going to say, just like Jesus said on the cross, Father, why have you forsaken me? God, why have you left me? But not today. Because the Scriptures say very, very clearly, and religion will teach that God, he abandoned Jesus at that point. Guess what? Nothing can exist outside of God. God is all there is. You can't exist outside of God. All you can do is not know that you're existing in God and God is existing in you, because all there is God. God is all in all. The Lord thy God is one. One Spirit, one baptism, one hope, one truth, one faith, one God that is in all and is through all. That's the Bible. One, not two, not three. He goes, I know not of any other gods but me. If I did, I'd tell you. I think that's pretty good, right? One God. But when you say, Father, why have you forsaken me? But the Scriptures say, God has never forsaken you, nor has God ever left you. A lot of people say all the time, when's Christ coming again? I said, well, the word come means to be revealed, to be manifested again. When is Christ going to be revealed and manifested again in you is a big deal. Christ in you, you tell me. But Christ never left us, nor forsook us. The scriptures say that. Jesus said, I need to go away because you're putting your faith in me and you don't get it. But if I go away, I'll send the Comforter to you, the Holy Spirit, which all you got to do is ask for. All you got to do is ask for. You don't need to go here. You don't need to go there. The scriptures say you don't need to go door to door saying, know the Lord. Everyone will know the Lord because God is going to write his laws, his truth in you on your heart. He's going to take that heart of stone. He's going to make it flesh again. He's going to make that cold heart. He's going to make it warm again. He's going to take those days when you feel like you've cried, all you can cry, and he's going to help you to say, not today. So the flashes on the moon were just meant to get you to hear this last part. Is everybody catching on to what I do every week? I don't know. Is everybody catching on to what I do every week? Do you get it? Do you get it? And Krell Boyne Kip said, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Christ is Lord. Let me address that because that is true. Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess. That doesn't leave out anybody. You know what the problem is? Religion doesn't teach you the next line. What religion makes you think is that it's going to be like a gun to your head, you meathead. Get on your knee. Off you go, right? Trust me. There is a hell. It's not what you think. Many people, when you're reading that poem, watch my video on it. I know you've been told a lot of things for a long time by people that supposedly you thought had all the answers. They were told the same things from people that, and these people were the people that are doing all the weird stuff. You know, like something like, what was it, 1,200 priests were indicted or something, charged with, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to give them an excuse to hide this video. People are going to believe that, though. They're going to believe that. People forget the next line. To the glory of God the Father. Doesn't glorify God if you're only saying it because you don't want to go. What glorifies God is what the glory of God is the revealed truth. Because it's the glory of God to conceal a thing. But when every knee bows and every tongue confesses that Christ is Lord, and that word Lord means the existing one, and that Christ means the power and wisdom of love. Christ, the power, the wisdom of God. Christ, the power and wisdom of truth. Christ, the power. Every knee and every tongue will confess this like I'm confessing this. To the glory of God. Not to the disappointment. Have a little faith, guys and gals. Have a little faith. God is a lot bigger than us. I mean, even the word God limits what the creator of all is. And I hope that I have at least inspired you to ask for more. And, maybe look into all of this stuff. Let me say goodbye to everybody because I got to get out of here. My voice is now shot. Bye, Alexander. Bye, Shay. Bye, Christy. Bye, Nathan. Bye, Hope Unbroken. Bye, everybody. I feel like, what's that show? You got so many people watching. Hey, by the way, did you guys all like the video? I mean, you got a lot of people watching right now, right? A lot of people watching. Psh, that's crazy, right? I'm not a preacher. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a bishop. I'm not a reverend. I'm not an imam. I'm not a guru. Just Jacob. Just Jacob. I got a lot of you watching, and I appreciate it. But I'd appreciate it more if you hit the like button and if you shared the video around. Share the video around. Share the video around. And don't give up. And remember, not today. I love each and every one of you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Okay? I'm going to go now. All right. I'll see you in the chat. I'll say hi in the chat.